So a friend asked me if I could make her a bee that looked kind of like the bee in this picture. And so I got to work. I rolled out some clay and I freehand drew a bee and then cut it out in polymer clay. And then I just kind of shaped it to give it that kind of bubbly looking appearance. And then I baked it. After I baked it, I sanded it down and then I made a mold out of it. And yes, the mold looks disgusting because it's got clay all over it. And this is the fun part. This is metal clay. So it's a clay that basically, you could use just like any other clay. But the difference is once you fire it, it turns into pure 999 silver. So this is what it is in the greenware state, which is basically when it's dry. And I sanded it and I was ready to take the next step, which was to fire it. All right, I'm gonna fire this. I have the lights off so I could see if it's glowing, but this is my thing here. So we're gonna turn this on. It's a little scary. Don't want my mess. And there's solder paste all over. But yeah, this is what we do here. So first things first. So it's a little hard to hear me here, but the first thing you have to do is kind of just warm it up, and you see this big flame coming, and that's burning off all the binder. And then once you fire it, the metal will sinter together and it will turn into metal. So it's burning off all the clay binder and leaving behind just the metal particles. And so now we're like really holding that burn at this orangey glow until, the metal sinters together and becomes solid. And this one I fired for about 10 minutes. All right, so here comes the moment of truth because it's still white, but watch this. I'm going to use this brush. Once I use this brush, you're going to see it's crazy. It's silver now. The insides are still a little white, but I'll get that off when I finish sanding and polishing it. But right now, you can see it's silver. So I just gotta now, I might put it in my tumbler instead of hand polishing it, because I get worried with these little ring things that you stick in there. They're very thin. I don't know if you can see, but so I'm a little worried about that. So I might just put it in the tumbler because I don't want to I don't want to sand them away. So I think I'm going to try my tumbler, see if that works. Oh, there it is. And so what that is it's stainless steel, I think. Shot it's called, and just a little soapy water, and you kind of just leave it in there to vibrate. And as you can see, once I pull it out, it's like shiny. I don't know. It's just magic. It works. And so here's where we started and here's where we finished. Now, it looks a little different from the original, number one, because I did do a lot of sanding on it, but also it shrinks. The clay, once it's fired, it shrinks down. Some clays are about 20%. I think this one's about 9%. So you're always going to end up with a little bit, smaller from where you started from. But this one definitely looks a little more different just because I did a little extra sanding and stuff when I had it in the clay phase. So I then added the chain and, soldered together all the jump rings and sent it out. And here it is. It went to Beefers. It was a gift from me to her. And she loves it. And if you're looking for any kind of like custom little charms or anything like that, let me know. My email's in my about section.